Hello YouTube, good morning. Here we are. Have ourselves a start to another day. Well, not 100% sure the direction of the day, but hey, it'll be what it is. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So here we go. Well, I need to make a couple of phone calls this morning. I had to shut down for a couple of days here, kind of recovering, like I mentioned in previous vlog, if it was the road trip or I am fighting a flu bug, but it knocked me flat again for a few days. It's not in my chest as of yet. It's just, I'll spare you the details, but it's not something that I want to be out and about with, and you want to be close to home. Kind of did some rest and relaxation while shut the old ringer off on the phone and kind of pretended the world didn't exist. However, people do still call you, still expect you to answer the phone, and still want you to answer questions. So I've got to call them today and cancel, rebook, reschedule appointments, as well as tell the powers that be that I wasn't ignoring them. I was well, out of commission, and I guess it'll be what it is. You know, if they're all angry because I wasn't their servant to answer the phone, then well, it'll be something that they'll have to deal with. Well, of course, this morning I was up early and I did a little bit of editing on some more footage, trying to get things squared on away, and it's hard to believe how quickly time passes on by. It wasn't that far back that I was actually ahead by a month, and now I'm actually down to the last 4 days or so before I have to upload another bulk drop. So you know, it's how quickly time passes. It's hard to believe that we have made her through the first half of January, and February's right around the corner. It's interesting. That reminds me, I've got to check my upload schedule and see when the next Maxwell's Mind is due, and I get out there and film that, because that'll be due here in the next probably a week or so. Just thinking that one. Of course, with this warm weather we are having, it is looking like it might be around for another week or so. Then, well, it'll start to drop. Obviously, winter's not over yet. Hopefully it's not over yet, because, well, as the cycle works, we do need the cooling trend before we can have the, well, warming trend come back on through. But pretty much, guys, of course, going to go inside, try to get the day a-rolling. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any coffee or breakfast this morning. Might just play it by ear. Hopefully the stomach feels better, headache goes away, and all that wonderful stuff doesn't affect me. So we will see y'all later today. Here we are with a little bit of an afternoon update. Well, wasn't really planning on going out today much. However, I did receive a phone call I was kind of waiting for. I knew it was coming because, well, I started the ball rolling back in, I believe it was November, early December, and had to go down, do a couple things over, you know, time and such, but so I knew it was, well, on its way. Then, of course, I get a phone call here and end up having to go down, as well as you know, pick things up and that. So I get a phone call here, have to go down and pick it on up, which is pretty sweet. Of course, the items I am referring to is my hard drive. The hard drive that belonged in the computer that crashed in, well, the winter of 2015, or, you know, spring of 2016, if you want to call her, right around about this time of year, is actually done and ready for pickup. which, well, you know, like I said, is pretty good. So, of course, went down and picked her on up. Now, of course, rather than putting it on an actual internal hard drive, you know, the kind you got to install in your computer, they put it in one of those Western Digital passport thingies where it's essentially a 2 terabyte portable hard drive, which, well, is good, right? It allows a guy to format it when he's done, I suppose, and use it for mobile file sharing, or if I go to the city for an extended period of time, I can put my files on there and things like that, which I guess will be a good thing. So currently, of course, got it transferring on over from the hard drive to my computer, and it looks like there's files on there. I'm not 100% sure now, all these, well, over a year later, you know, what exactly was on the hard drive, what was lost, or what's been reacquired, you know. Videos that I edited and uploaded, or edited and didn't get a chance to upload, you know, all that things I have to, well, look on into and see, you know, what's the what. It's looking like there's a lot of videos on there that were in the file to, you know, get transferred on over to the hard drive, so I'll have to go through and label those videos, because, well, the videos themselves unfortunately won't keep their original label destination, because once you know, delete them and re-add them, they lose and they go to whatever file is added today, which would be like, you know, recovered data file or whatever, right? So then you have to delete them, so you have to rename them as you know, basement project number 12 or whatever, right? So it'll take a little bit of sorting, a little bit of figuring on out, as well as a bunch of editing to catch on up. I totally forgot, I believe the garage project videos were on there, and I knew the basement ones were, as well as the fire pit ones. So it'll be neat to see exactly how much I remember and how much I actually forgot from the hard drives. To have the hard drive back, or the video content back, will be great, because, well, I know I've mentioned this over and over again, lost videos is well, lost revenue, and lost revenue, well, affects the bottom line. You know, you put all that time, effort, in some cases money, to shoot this content or do this project. Some of it was strictly only reason why was for YouTube, and some of it was, well, I was doing it anyway, so why not take the time to film it, which then ends up slowing you down, because you gotta worry about, you know, proper lighting and camera angles and stuff. Then, not to mention all of the editing time it takes to, well, put the final footage together. So we got that counting on down. Hopefully the everything goes great on my end, and then it'll all be fine. Just a matter of the hard drive doing its thing, the computer doing its thing, and then, well, deleting what's looking to be some of those junk things that happen when you transfer videos, and then sorting what needs to be sorted, deleting what needs to be deleted, and then it'll all be good. But pretty much, guys, gonna go in, see what's the what, and we'll see y'all later this evening. Little bit of a evening update. Well, of course, I plugged the old hard drive into the computer there, started doing the transferring of videos, and well, the process is still going on and on. It's been 3 or 4 hours, and I think I had 56,682 items to transfer, and I believe I'm in my final 3,000 or 4,000 items to come on over. Watching the little view screen as it flashes through what it's going is, there's some photos and looking like some videos and such, as well as I remembered, or at least seen, the garage project videos that I wasn't gonna upload until I was done the project. so I can maybe finish that project this summer and then upload that footage. And the basement project, I think, if not in full, then in part is on there, as well as, if not in full, then part of the fire pit season. It's hard to tell through a little, view screen window exactly what's on there, because, well, you can't really review the footage much when it's uploading or transferring over, and you can't really monkey with it much because you don't want it to crash, because, well, it's the way it is, right? And you try to get things to work out on their own time with you. So once everything is transferred on over, I'll be able to delete what I need to delete and separate what I need to separate, and, well, have me a few hundred editing nights, and we'll be back to where we need to be. But I will say data recovery is very, very expensive. For the gigabytes that I got back versus the price that I paid, it's quite the price, but it's recovered, hopefully, and hopefully I have everything that I thought I did or do, and well, it'll all be good, right? Just imagine very large corporations that lose 300, 400, 500 terabytes of information or data at a time. Just imagine how much they have to pay, because really it doesn't really go by the amount of data returned per se. It's the amount of hours they spend retrieving it, and how many times they have to repeat the process and I guess forensically go through the hard drive and try to recover what they can recover. And with me, I got lucky. There was no corrupted files and no incomplete files. Everything that was on the hard drive, they were able to bring back. So hopefully everything was on the hard drive that I remember, like I said, and it's all good. One of the thoughts that did go through my mind when I got the hard drive back is, was it my hard drive or one the big box electronics retailer got mixed up with somebody else, and then I get back a bunch of kids movies or something, right? That does happen, right? And then you go to pay all this money out, then who reimburses you for the big box electronics store's mistake, especially when it's over a year later, right? No one will take responsibility at that. Nobody takes responsibility for their mistakes, even when it's only a week or two later, much less, a year and a bit. But pretty much, guys, gonna probably turn my focus to supper. By the time that rolls on around, it'll be time to relax a bit, check on the transferring over, and well, hopefully that gets done tonight, because it would be neat to see exactly what I paid for, and what I do have and what I don't have. And then around we go. So gonna go in, get some suppers, and we'll see y'all later. Well, I spent the last 6 hours or whatever it's been sorting through almost 2 terabytes of data and video clips and all that stuff. And I will say there's a lot of garbage. Symbols and arrows and transitions and titles. I think somehow some of them came from my editing software, because it does look a little familiar, and maybe some of the software that I installed from like the printer and things like that, but I don't have no other idea where they could have come from. There are a few videos that are complete and salvageable. Nothing by far what I was expecting or hoping for, as well as there's a couple of fire pit ones, but they're silent. There's no sound or enough of them to make enough of a usable clip. There's a couple of pieces of the garage project, but again, no sound and no basement footage and no fire pit footage to speak of either. So I guess data recovery is expensive, and this time it was a fail, so I guess we could call it a very expensive fail. The money that I spent on that garbage junk could have been put somewhere else, most definitely. I suppose that's the way it is. You got the chance or possibility of recovering some lost data videos, important stuff, and well, it wasn't there. It was gone. I have no idea how, but I guess it's not an exact science recovering data, but at the same time, it was an expensive lesson to learn, I guess. Expensive loss. You know, looking back, maybe I should have had a backup drives, and as soon as I uploaded footage to the computer from the camera, put it automatically on the drives. You know, then that way it's not on the computer, so if it crashes, it's covered. Because all I know is I've wasted money here that, well, should not have been wasted, but you have to try, even if you fail, and that's how you learn. Like I mentioned, I had a chance to recover the year's worth of fire pit videos and 19 or 20 parts of the basement project, as well as the garage tool room videos, and I'm sure other ones that I have forgotten. However, all that's gone now, so unless the computer is still processing or digesting the massive amount of data that it was thrown or thrust upon it, and they might show up in the next few days, but I highly doubt that. Well, I guess I come to the end of a very disappointing day. Remember, we do have a fan mail box for your letters, decals, nonsense, and gibberish. Send me a letter. The address is down below. Check out the social media pages and follow, like, tweet, all that good stuff, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.